You're watching PEGRI TV, Rhode Island's public access channel.
Salam. My name is Sheikh Abu Hakim Abdullah, President Chairman of Al Masjid Sharia Allah, AMSA, a non-profit religious organization operating in the state of Rhode Island, USA. I'm going to ask my Muslim brothers and sisters a question. And I want y'all to answer this. One, I have a pot here that's burnt. They've been cooking food in it, and it's a burnt pot. And it's still got food in it, it's got stew in it, it's a pot of stew. That's what I've been cooking, pot of stew. And I have some sweet corn here and some dishwater liquid. Now, I know that there's part of this stuff in here that's burnt. What do I do with it? Do I turn around and take and open this can of corn and mix it in with the vegetables that's already in there and turn around to purify the vegetables that's in there so I can be able to eat them? It's all mixed up, burnt? Or do I clean the pot out with some water and soap and take the good part of this out and put it on the side, and the rest of it, take it, wrap it up in the garbage and throw it away? What do I do? What do I do with it? You tell me. You tell me, what do I do with this pot? What should I do with it now? Should I, like I said, should I just take it and move the burnt stuff over the side and put more corn and more vegetables and more meat in it and turn around and then continue cooking it or continue burning it? Or do I turn around and take it, put it in another dish, take what is good out, and wash the pot out, and turn around, put more vegetables in, and begin cooking it again? Well, I know what you're going to say, and you're right. I should turn around and wash this pot out, wash it out with this soap and water, clean it up, take the stuff that's not burnt, move it to the side in a plate, and wash this pot out, and then begin putting more stuff in it to cook some stew. You'll be 100% right. Now, take this pot and say it's our Islam. This is our Islam. It's the pot, very big pot of Islam. And in there is part of our Islamic people is all burnt up, all spotted with different kind of things going on, desires, everything in their bodies, self-worship, all the different things they got going on with them in this pot. Now, you telling me I should turn around and take this Islamic pot with Islamic souls and Islamic bodies in it, that's all messed up. Some of them are still clean. Should I take that bunch that's got there and put it in another spot and then wash this Islamic pot out? It's still Islam now. I got to wash the pot out from this mess that was in there and turn around and put new vegetables in it. Now, let's say this corn is people. People, children, young people. Do I dump them into this bowl of dirty, of this Islamic thing, of it, with all this corruption and stuff in it? Or do I take the corruption out and move it to the side and then dump them in a clean bowl? You're right. That's what I should do. Then why is it that we have this large campaign of bringing new people into the Deen of Allah, where it's all filled up with all this mess we got going on in there now? And we're not talking about cleaning up the pot and throwing anything away. We're not talking about dumping this pot. We're not talking about dumping this big thing and emptying it out, cleaning it up from this mess that was in there, and begin to put new fruit in there, new vegetables, new people, new eggs, new human beings into this Islam. But no, we still trying to give our shahadas before we clean up our own house. This is why Allah said to strive to keep the deen pure. This is why I showed you this years ago, to keep the deen pure. Live your Islamic deen pure. Strive to purify the deen. Be obedient. Follow law. Be obedient to what he says to do. We're gonna put this new people into this pot where everybody's being disobedient. Everybody, one person being obedient and 5 others not being obedient. Where one person's trying to strive to keep the Islam clean and 50 other ones are not trying to strive to keep it clean. They're trying to strive to keep themselves clean. Look what I'm saying to you. You're not listening to me. You're not listening to me. You got too much prejudice in your body. You got too many different things going on. You got classism going on. Those from India got classism going on. Those from Pakistan got classism going on. Those from Saudi Arabia got classism going on. Those from different countries got classism going on. And you prejudice with each other. You're not looking at the most beautiful thing in the world that Allah has given to us, the Islam, and all the different things that he gave to us. You're not looking at that. You're not understanding it. Yeah, you got stores on Fulton Street in Brooklyn and stores here and stores there. You got all this stuff going on. But it's not belonging to Islam. It's not feeding Muslims. It's making money for you, the individual. It's not feeding the Muslims. It's not helping to open up schools for the Muslims. It's not opening up hospitals for our Muslim women and children to go to. It's not making jobs for the Muslims. It's making jobs for one family. This is what you must do. You must make jobs for Muslims. You must open up an economic center. You must begin to you must go overseas and tell Muslims, hey brother, if you want something from the United States, come through the Muslim first. This is what the Jew is telling his people. This is what the Italians telling his people. This is what the Russians telling their people. And everybody's telling that except the Muslim. The Muslim's trying to go to bed with everybody. And it's I'm serious. Look at your actions. I once told a sister, I said, look, I like to send letters out with a mirror in it and say to them, look, we need your help. Hey, you want to see who's doing the wrong in Islam? Here's a mirror. Look in it. And tell yourself the truth. Look in the mirror and tell yourself the truth. that you have been beneficial to the deen of Allah. You on your knees, that ain't beneficial to the deen of Allah. You fasting, that's not helping the deen of Allah. You making hajj, that ain't helping the deen of Allah. You making some kind of set, private deal with Allah. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Listen to me. Believe me, you got to listen to me. You got to listen to somebody. You have to pay attention to somebody, something. You're not obeying the law. You're not obeying the way of life of Islam. You're not being obedient to the way of Allah. You don't want the Sharia. The best thing that happened to us is the Sharia. I want you to look at something. Look at the world today. Who is trying to pass the bill to make narcotics legal? Who is passing the bill to try to make drinking legal? Who is passing the bill to try to make prostitution legal? Who is passing the bill to make all these wrongs legal? It's not the African countries. It's not the Eastern countries. It's not Saudi Arabia. I mean, it's not the Middle East. It's not Africa. It's the European countries that are destroying the earth. They want to make it legal. They want to make money. Now they passing bills for men to marry each other and go to bed with each other. Now they're making bills where women can go to bed with each other. And if you do something in your country to stop it, you're wrong. Because the United States, Great Britain, and all of them say you're wrong. Because this is what they want to do. They want to pass that. They want you to give them the rights to do what they want to do. That's your country. That's why Allah sent, what do you think? That's why Allah sent the news to Muhammad, sallallahu and to John the Baptist, and to Moses, and to all them people. But to Lot, why he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, why he destroyed Pompeii. While Greece lost their powers, while Rome lost their powers. And they turned one power from one people into another power, another people, the same people. I'm trying to tell you something. You're trying to become democratic. The countries of the Middle East, the Islamic countries, is the only ones standing now that do not want this impure actions coming into their country. And they're only one left. You know, who started these wars? Who started the killing? Who made the atomic bomb? Who made the poison gas? Who did all this? Let's look at this. Look who did these things. And remember, the devil has a tribe of people that follow behind him, or it, or whatever you want to call it. I'm talking to you about this. I'm talking to you about this. But you're not listening. You got too many things in your head and whatnot blocking you from receiving the blessings that Allah has sent to you in the beginning. There's a part in the Quran that says if you can tell them or you can tell them not. Or you can whisper this to them and you can whisper it not. It's still going to be the same way. They're going to be stubborn and do what they want to do. People now being scared to death about the Sharia. Sharia doesn't have nothing to do with the people of this country. It only has something to do with the Muslim carrying on his way of life. They should be happy to see the Muslims with the Sharia because the Sharia is going to stop terrorism. The Sharia is going to stop brothers from preaching that garbage. I heard something the brother said the person said in Boston, said that the older brother had an argument with him, and he was saying that the Bible is an imitation of the Quran, and that it's all a lie. You see, something he said, I can't even remember, it was so messed up. But I'm having problems remembering things anyway now. My memory's getting short. I'm getting older and older, and I have problems remembering stuff. But anyway, like I said, you must turn around and recognize what's going on in this world. You must do that. I feel that we should turn around and begin to clean up our acts, clean up our mosques. Matter of fact, build more mosques. We don't have but very few mosques in the world outside the United States. I mean, outside, they got mosques all over Egypt. They got mosques on every block almost in Saudi Arabia. They got mosques everywhere in Turkey. Big old buildings. Millions of dollars spent for them. They got mosques in Oman, Jordan, Syria. And we brothers in the United States, we got one or two mosques, and the rest of them are storefronts, old houses. I've been to brothers' place in Kuwait, in the office, and they got all this big old picture up on the wall, and the brother says, look at the mosques we got in the United States. I said, where? I see one. I see one. The rest of them are old houses and storefronts and all that. That's not a mosque. That's a Beit Maselli, a place to make prayer. That's all that is. Because Allah said in Surah Baqarah, hey, from this day on, build your mosques from the ground up. Let not the non-believer maintain or enter your houses of worship. Maintain or enter your houses of worship. There's nothing, all the things that Allah wanted us to do, we're not doing them. We're doing our own thing. He said split not your religion into sets, into groups. We got more sets in our religion than a little bit. Our way of life. I'm just trying to tell you things. I'm trying to show you stuff. I'm taking my time trying to show you. If Allah wanted us to go ahead and just blow the Quran and make prayer and whatnot. He could have got some monkeys to do that. Chimpanzees and apes could have did that for bananas. He wouldn't have to create us. He could have got some monkeys. He had them already created. Because he ate them a banana and they was that's what they would have did. They did exactly what he wanted them to do. And they would kneel down, put their head on the ground, and everything else. You got horses do that. Cows do that. Everything do that, put their head on the ground. Pray. So it's got to be more than prayer. Prayer without actions and deeds is just wasted. It's nothing. It's not going to get you anything. Get you sore needs. Allah does things by your actions and deeds. Oh, you're going to get some blessings for knowing the Quran and praying. You're going to get some blessings for that. But he give up the most blessings that he give out for those that strive in his name. They 7 times higher than the ones that sit at home and read Quran and Hadith. Sometimes I tell you something. You must listen. You must begin to change now, or you're going to be wiped up with the other people. When the storm comes and the wave comes, it's going to snatch you up with everybody else. When the tidal wave comes, the big tidal wave comes, it's going to snatch you up with everybody else because you're running with the crowd. You have to go ahead and get back on the Siratul Mustaqim, the straight path. The path that's so thin, it's like the top of a razor blade. It's so thin. You must hold on to the rope of Allah. Don't try to bring new stuff into Quran, into Hadith, into Islam. Try to clean up what we got and make that acceptable to others. But then you can bring in new things. I once told people in a program I put on some years ago, I said, if you got this barn, and you got all this fruit and stuff in this barn, and it's spoiled, what do you do with it? And the brother said, you destroy it. I said, no, you move it, or you build another barn. And you take what is good and put it over here, and you take what is half good and you put it here, and you take what is spoiled and messed up and you put it outside. And you wash this bad stuff, wash this stuff here that just got dirt on it but not in it. Spoiled but not spoiled inside. It's just got the fumes of the spoiled stuff on it. So just wash it off. And this other stuff here that looks like it might be able to be used for something else, use it for that something else. Then take the new barn that you built, put this new stuff, put that old stuff into the new barn with the new people. That's what you must do. That's what I was telling you about this pot. You must do the same thing. You can't keep going on like we're going. We're falling to pieces like everybody else because we're not doing our Islam. We're not following the brotherhood. The brotherhood must be followed because the brotherhood is the first time in the history of the world that mankind was put together as one family that blacks, green, orange, all these people were put together as one family underneath Allah. Most of them. Dig it. Think what he did, what he gave you. Do you know the power of something, what that power, the power of that is? This is why mankind is trying, this is why the devil's trying to break it up. Do you know what the power of that is? The power of the Ummah? The Ummah from Africa, from Spain, from Japan, from Georgia, from this place, from that place, from this place, and that place, and India, and all these. Astaghfirullah. Oh, Allah. I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, Allah's keeping me going to do what I'm doing. But think of what I'm saying to you. Think of the power that Allah has placed in the hands of the Muslim. Think of what the Muslim has come up with, Islam. Allah has given the Muslim Islam. Ummah, in the times when people had collars around, they had slaves, and they wasn't. When Allah gave the slave, when Allah brought Islam, there was no such thing as the black man going to be a slave. Everything was a slave at that time. It didn't have nothing. Then they cooled it down years later, and it was just the black man a slave. But you got to look at what's happening here. You got to look at what people are trying to destroy stuff. You see, you got to look at that. What people are trying to destroy this and what people want to bring. There's people that want to bring ill things to this world and live underneath these ill things. Like I said, the only ones that's got something going on with them is that the left is the Muslim. This real Muslim, the Muslim that's following the Salawat al-Mustaqim, that's praying 5 times a day, that's fasting on the month of Ramadan, that's going in different places, that's striving in Allah's name. Those are the ones that's walking around with the peace and blessings of Allah upon them. And they're going to strive with that. Those are the ones that He's going to bless with that. And He did it already. And He keeps doing it. But look what's happening to us. We done messed up the earth so fast. This earth was here for millions of years, hundreds of thousands of years. And the certain people that have been here for only 6,000 years are trying to destroy it. Look who started the wars. Look who started beating people up in the beginning. Look at the so-called caveman. There wasn't no caves. There's not no caves in Africa. Caves in Europe. So I want you to get your acts together. Please do. Please get your acts together.